Yo, man, it's me again with another interview. I'm hanging out with one of my homies, and I'm gonna let him
Yo,
introduce
yo.
himself. Yo, introduce yourself to the world, man.
Yo, yo, what up, man? Good looking out, DjMorphEus. This is R3Tro Tha Lyrical, MC extraordinaire, lyrical beast. That's what I think. What's up with you, man?
What's up with you, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. You know what I mean? It's been
It's been
it's
a
been what,
cool while.
3 or 4 years, man.
Yeah.
Got them diplomas and got
Wow.
out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Hey,
much, man, to be honest with you.
so first thing I'm gonna ask you, man, is where you from and what's your clique?
What'd you call it? I'm from South Central Los Angeles. Stayed out here. Actually, I moved out here when I was in eighth grade. I used to live in Echo Park.
Uh huh.
So I moved out here, and from ever since then, we've kind of stayed out here, bought a house, and trying to get some things taken care of.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
do you hang with a particular clique or anything like that? Do you have a particular group that you hang with?
I'm starting to work with a couple of artists out here. We're starting to get a couple like events starting to go back up since COVID. It's kind of having its way to allow people to do events and have venues. So
Right.
I hang out with a group called Knock Your Hustle, and I also I also created my own entertainment movement called Fluorescent Entertainment. So that's
Okay,
what
that's
I'm
what's
trying to
up.
push out right
What's
now.
that about? What's
Yes,
the
sir.
fluorescent entertainment about? What
All
is it?
right. So Fluorescent Entertainment is pretty much trying to group up as many dope artists as I can from the area of South Central, push around, see if we could go as far as we can. Shining through cities is our motto. So
Okay,
yeah,
so to be doing a bunch of tours and things of that nature.
yeah, we're hopefully trying to get a couple of more events, getting ready and prepping them as well. So
That's
hopefully in the
what's
future
up,
we could get
man.
some
That's
dope
what's
ass
up.
spots.
Hey, let me know if I can help you in any way, man. In any way, let me know if I can
For
help
sure,
you
man.
with. Hey,
Definitely.
next question I
All right.
always ask is, how did you get started in this business? You know what I mean? This business is it's a little hectic. How you get started in this?
Yeah, what do you call it? Believe it or not, I started off around ninth grade. What really got me into it was actually poetry. So
Okay.
I started writing poetry thanks to a ninth grade teacher that I had.
Uh
What do
huh.
you call it? She forced us to make poetry like for our
Right.
final, and
Okay.
since then I just grabbed the pen and I started liking it. Little by little, I influenced hip hop into it and started making my own music. That's pretty
See,
much how it
see.
started.
Hey man, I just
Yeah.
interviewed somebody yesterday and they said the exact same thing. They started at like
Word.
9, 10 years old. So, when you start that young and you go through a journey like this, I know it's hard because as an independent artist, you don't have the backing and things like that. How do you hold it together? How do you basically, being an independent artist, how do you hold it together because you don't have any backing? You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things I would say is holding everything together was just l- the internet is a great source for everything. You can find everything through the internet.
Right.
Making this your like 100% hobby, and then trying to make it even more than just a hobby, and
Okay.
make yourself feel like it's actually another 9 to 5 for you. But
Right. Right. Right.
it's the more fun 9 to 5 that you're gonna have throughout your day, most definitely.
I
It
got
doesn't
you.
even feel like a 9 to 5. The hours just go by
Right,
right away.
especially when you're in the studio. We know the studio
Yeah,
sessions. You look up. There's sunlight outside. You're like, yo, I've been here all night. I miss them days
exactly.
sometimes, though. I ain't gonna front. I
Yeah,
miss them. All
yeah,
right. So the
man,
next
exactly.
question is, what would be the highs and the lowest points in this journey for yourself?
Hmm.
Lowest and
I would
highest.
honestly, we'll start with the low, I guess, because pretty much the beginning of my whole like hip hop career, I was starting to record music, and it was I didn't find my sound yet. I
Okay.
didn't find my sound, and I felt like I was getting I was getting some support, but there wasn't enough support, and I felt like, oh man, like do I really am I do I not am I not that good? I need to practice way harder? And I felt like wow, I'm not getting any attention even from my friends. And I was like,
Right.
okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to force myself to get even better and like really see if I like this or not. So
Right.
I would say that the first couple of events I did, I didn't get any, like, I didn't really get much attention.
Right.
But now I would say the latest high that I had was the Golden Era Hip Hop event that I did about, I don't remember exactly when it was, but on the list we had artists like Sugar Free, Corrupt,
Okay.
Cormega, AZ,
Okay.
and Razkaz, a couple
Okay.
of dope artists that were out there.
Right.
And I got to meet them. We talked. We shared the same. We shared the same. What you call it? We shared the
Passion.
same. Yeah, that the passion, and we shared the same stage as well. So it was like it
Oh
was
yeah.
incredible. I
Yeah, I'm
really liked
sure
it.
it was.
All of them were awesome. It was
I'm
bomb. It was
sure.
badass.
Look, I
Yeah.
felt that way when I met Shock Lee from the group
Mm,
that did most of the music for LL Cool J. That's exactly
word.
how I felt to be in the room with them
Yeah.
and know that that's a legend in the game. And I'll be
Yes.
honest, I
Exactly.
surprised them because I rapped for the first time and I had been with the guys
Word.
all night and nobody heard me rap.
Oh.
When I finally rapped, he was with his partner. He was like, yo, he sound totally different. You know what I mean? But that feeling to shock somebody and be like, yo, homie, all right. You know what I mean? That feeling is so
Exactly.
amazing. Um,
Yes, sir.
so the
Hmm.
next question I gotta ask you is what advice would you give to someone trying to get into the business?
Um, Ooh, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot to learn from this because you go through so many trials and errors, and it's just jumping hurdle after hurdle. To be honest with you, so I
And
would suggest,
uh-huh.
what's up? What's up?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Keep going.
I would suggest, man. To be honest with you, is keep the grind. You're gonna lose a lot of sleep. You're gonna lose a lot of sleep for sure. So get used to that.
Right, right.
Study up as much as you can. Learn as much as you can for yourself.
Uh-huh.
That way, your investments are a little bit more towards promotional things,
Okay.
and you could really push yourself. You could push so much of yourself by yourself, but
Right.
eventually you're gonna have to figure out like, hey, you know what? I need a team, or I need somebody to really like know what's good with it.
Right.
Like find the actual professionals, because it took a while. Like I've done everything myself, but
Right.
for my Flow Western logo, the logo I have from my entertainment company, I couldn't do it. So I
Okay.
had to get somebody for that,
Right.
and then a couple other things, and the artworks and music videos, things like that. It's You could do it all, but eventually you're gonna run into like a hurdle where you want your quality to be even more better than what it is. So
Okay. And
I
basically
suggest.
you gotta step up your game and invest in yourself.
Mhm.
A lot
Exactly.
of
So
people
start saving.
they think it's easy. You know what I mean, oh, I'm gonna write a couple songs and I'm gonna make a hit record. And I mean, with
Yeah,
social media being the way it is possible for that to happen, but that don't happen too often. It's usually through the hard work, through people getting to know
exactly.
who you are, putting your time in, and then
Hmm.
people will come towards you and want to be a part of what you're doing. I just wanted to hit you
Yes,
off
sir.
with something. I
What's
have
up?
never heard anybody with cadences the way you do. Never, never.
Wow, really?
At the first, I'll be honest, you had me confused at first when I first started hearing you. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, homie, yeah, I mean, where he at? But then I started listening to you, you know what I mean? And it started making sense. And it was like, yo, I've heard the flow before, but then it's like, I haven't heard the flow before. So when I first heard you, I thought the House of Pain for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Word.
But that's the kind of feel I got from you when I
Hey,
first heard you rap and was like, that's that House of Pain feel to it. You know what I mean?
word,
But then,
word.
like I said, your cadences be so like you'll be and then you stop and then it's like, yo, how did he decide to split right there? You know what I mean? So I dig that about
Word.
you. I dig your cadences, man. Like I say, they're a little
Thank you, man.
crazy at
Appreciate
first,
that.
and if you ain't used to it, you be like, yo, what are you doing? But once you get to understand it, you like, all right, I get it, I get it. You know what I mean? So right now,
Awesome.
what projects are you working on? Matter of fact, I want to salute you because if I'm not mistaken, you just dropped the project.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just dropped my project. One of my first albums. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. And it's called Journey Starts Here. Since I called it that way, knowing that it was the first project, I wanted to really captivate my sound and what I feel is right.
Right.
And I felt like that was just the name that it needed to have, to be honest with
Say
you.
it one more time.
But yeah.
Say it one more time.
The album is called Journey Starts Here,
Journey starts here.
and you,
I like that.
mhm,
Journey starts here. And this what you're
yes,
saying.
sir.
Basically, this is the first one. This is the. But you've done music. You have music out that you've done before, but just not your own solo
Yes.
project. Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. There's a bunch of other tracks that I have through my YouTube page, and I've also got a couple more things coming out eventually, which I've
What
already
you
started
working on? What
working
else you
on.
working on? What else you working on? You don't want to tell nobody. You don't want to jinx it, right? You don't want to jinx
Yeah, that's the
it.
thing. Yeah, exactly. You want to keep it on the low. Have them
Yeah.
once it's ready, you start giving them a little flavor of it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's exactly
Right.
what it is. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and that's why I'm back to doing this full time again, man. Because I really
Awesome.
respect the game. I respect you guys because again, I know what it's like being independent and doing everything on your own. I'm like you at that point where I'm ready to start bringing people into the fold, and because I know how everything's supposed to be run, I know how to get things going.
Yes,
But I can't do everything by myself. You know me, man. I'm doing cooking videos. I'm doing this. I'm doing
exactly.
woodworking this tip.
Yeah,
I got all these things I'm doing, but I'm at the point where I'm like you said earlier. I can't do it all myself, so it's time I start incorporating people. Only problem I have with that is people's desire to succeed sometimes isn't like yours. They don't have that hunger. And sometimes it's
yeah,
just about the job for them. And for me, you gotta
yeah,
have the hunger to be doing the stuff that we doing. Again, nobody pays me to do this type of stuff, but I do it because I respect the game. I respect you guys. I
exactly.
know what you're going through when you got a hot song and nobody's playing it or nobody's giving you
Yeah,
no feedback on your music. I understand. That's why we do this right here. It's because guess what? You deserve your voice to be heard just like any other artist. You know what I mean?
thank
And
you.
you also
Yeah,
have
exactly.
something tangible you can show your family and friends that you're doing other than just doing music in the studio. You can be like, yo, here go an interview I did. And this is also practice for your next interview. That's the way I look at it, just trying to give back to the brothers that are out here doing it. So you said what's next. All right, so this question I always ask. Who would you like to
Okay.
work with? Who is your like
Oh
top
man,
5 people that you ever, if you got the opportunity to work with, that you would work with right now?
top five, huh?
Top
All
5.
right, let's go. Let's go with it because I feel like these five people that I'm gonna say right now, I feel like these guys will really give you the true feel of creating music in the past and even in the present because
Okay.
they're still relevant, man. One of them would have to be definitely DJ Quick. I'm in love.
Okay.
I love DJ Quick's music, his production style, his flavor of flow.
Right.
I love it. The next one would have to be Nas because he's just been incredible since day one. I,
Right.
I love that shit. I would want to go with who else? Let's see from there. If rest in peace to my boy MF Doom. But I wish if he was still here, I would have loved to make a song with MF Doom. He's like one of my favorite MCs and sick ass producers.
Okay.
Honestly, he's dope.
Right.
That's
Right.
three. Um, let's see. I don't know if you heard of Griselda, the Griselda movement. I don't know if you heard of them.
Nah. Nah.
But
Nah.
they're
Is that out of L.A.?
that's actually in Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo.
Um,
I gotta jot
yeah,
that down so I can check them out. Yeah.
Griselda's big movement, bro. They've been working with from Eminem co-signs them. Check it
Okay.
out. Jay-Z is working with some of them.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the guys that's from there is called Benny the
Benny the
Butcher. I didn't want
Butcher.
to. Yeah, Benny the
Yeah, I
Butcher. You
know.
heard him
Yeah,
before?
yeah, but that's the name of his
Yeah,
clique.
yeah. He's part of the Griselda movement, and he also started his own movement called what is it called? What is it called? Black Soprano Family.
Okay.
So
Black
I've
Soprano
been I've
Family is what
been
I've heard. Yeah, Black Soprano
yeah I've
Family.
been
That's what
rolling with them. Yeah. They
yeah.
started off as Griselda, West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine. Their music's incredible, bro. I love it. I love it.
Yo, I'm gonna
They're
go have to
awesome.
listen to a couple of them songs, man.
Yes, sir. And let's
Definitely.
say,
And what's your
I
last
guess
one?
that leaves me with one more.
Yeah.
Damn. Just because he's such a sick, sick icon, and I know for a fact he's felt through it, and he's also part of Compton, South Central area. It has to be what you call it, Ice Cube. Ice Cube
Okay.
and his crew,
Okay.
man.
Okay. The whole
Bro,
Ice
like
Cube Lynch
he's done
Mob in the
so
house.
much.
Lynch Mob.
Man, they've done exactly.
Yeah.
They've done
Yeah.
so much. It's incredible, and that impact has just been. Although many radio stations don't play them as much as they used to, man,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
Cause
which
I
is
think that's
strange, bro.
political. That's more political than
Yeah,
anything. You know what I
and
mean?
it's a shame. And it's a
It
shame
is. It is. It's definitely a shame.
because he's got incredible West Coast music, and
Yeah.
it's just sad, but
It
it is
is
what it
what it
is. The
is,
game,
man.
you gotta play the game.
You got to play
Exactly.
the game,
That's
and he doing big and he doing way bigger things. That ball,
yes.
three man basketball tournaments he's doing for
Word.
one free
Yeah.
joint.
Yeah.
Big Three is what it's called, I believe. Yeah, I mean, so
Word.
he's like,
Yeah. I've
yeah,
seen
I
him.
mean, he's trying to do his production thing. He like, look, yeah, I mean, y'all can go ahead with the music because I already know what y'all gonna try to do is stop me. So let me
Yeah.
go ahead and elevate some
Yeah.
other levels where you can't stop me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. And like eventually, everybody has to move into a different avenue because
Right,
it's just
right,
either you move yourself in a different avenue or you're gonna have to move your lane a little bit more creatively
right,
into the
right.
commercial scene and keep it's a mixed jar. Like what would I say? Since you're a cook yourself, I guess it would have to be called like gumbo, right? You'd have
Gumbo,
to you'd
baby.
have to consider the gumbo. Exactly.
Exactly. You know
And
what's
I'm sure
funny?
you got that on lock too.
Hey, what's funny is when I was in school, my first year of school, when I was in Southwest, man, my professor, Professor J, rest in peace, man.
Rest in
That's how he
peace.
got me to understand how to write a song. He asked me to
Word.
make a pot of gumbo, and as I was telling him how to make a pot of gumbo, he broke
Yeah.
down the levels of making a song based on me making the gumbo. And once he did it,
Wow.
I was like, "Yo, is that easy?" He was like, "It ain't that easy, but here go the elements to get you where you need to be." I was
Yeah.
like, "What?" Once he gave me that, man, it's been pleasure ever since, man. I've been in love with the music
Wow.
ever since, man. Ever since.
That's an incredible way to look at it, man. Because
Trust me,
yeah,
man. When we get a chance, I actually sit down and break that down. Yeah, what I mean, because I ain't want to.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but I'll explain it to you. But it's deep. The whole concept when he was like bass. Yeah, I mean, and build it from here. I was like, wow. He blew my head with that one, man. For real.
Yeah,
Now I
that's a
asked
first
you
I've heard
all the
that.
questions I need to ask you. But is there anything that you want the world to know about you before we get out of here?
uh, just know I'm working hard on this, and I'm not gonna stop, man. The push is gonna go through. We're gonna keep doing events. We're gonna do music. We're gonna do videos. We're gonna do streams. Hopefully, it's been a pleasure to be here with you,
No
man.
doubt.
Thank you very much for giving me this avenue to check it
No
out,
doubt.
man. It's been a while, and I'm glad you still remember who I am after
Come
after
on,
all those
man.
years of being in Dominguez.
Come on,
you
man. I
know?
don't forget, man. I put it like this: when it comes to this music, I saw the people that were passionate, and I saw the people that weren't passionate. The people that are
Yeah.
passionate, that's the ones that I always have reached out to. You,
Word.
Junior Boy, Valencia, C5. You guys
Word. Word.
were serious. And most of the other kids was just trying to figure it out. Like
Yeah.
for example, I'll be honest, and I love him to death. Dan the man was Dan the
Word.
man,
Word.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he was he's not even in music right now. Hold on, man. Someone
Yeah.
calling my phone at the end of the interview. Hold on.
oh man.
Yo, I'm in the middle of an interview. I'm gonna hit you right back, man. This boy named Retro from LA.
Yo yo.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna hit you right back, man, because we about to end this interview. All right. All right. Sorry about that, man. That's actually
it's fine, man. I get that.
that's SL500, a battle rapper.
Oh wow,
Down here
wow,
in
that is
LA.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean down here in
Yeah.
Diego. He actually put me on. We actually will be up in LA on the third. The boys uh what is Nocturnal? Has a song with
Yeah.
Dre from
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yep.
We're
Yep.
we're
Nocturnal.
actually sponsoring his concert. So I'll be
Wow.
there with my
Dope.
t-shirts and I'll be there with Fell for You music, passing out little gifts and things like
Sweet.
that.
Sweet.
So again, man, you got to know how to switch up and change and how to move, man,
Yeah.
because you got to put
Hey
yourself in
man.
position to win,
Congratulations on that
man.
too.
You know what I mean?
That's dope.
And I'm doing it my way. I'm not doing it anybody else's way. I'm just putting it together little by little. Cats like you coming through, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, man. And
Hey
on
man.
that note, man, we're gonna be, yeah, I mean, we're gonna be out of here. Again, give them your name and
Sure.
give them your info and how to get in touch with you, man.
All right, man. What'd you call it on all social media? Known as Retro the Lyrical. That's gonna be R3TRO Tha Lyrical. And what you call it? Check me out everywhere. Everywhere you write it down that way, anywhere you go, and you'll see me for sure. And it's been a pleasure, man. I
Hey
appreciate
man,
the
pleasure
invite.
always,
It's been
always, always. Look, we'll
it's
be
been
catching
fun,
up
man.
pretty soon. Let me know when you have your show
Yeah.
so I can support you and come out
Word,
whenever I
word.
can. All right.
All right, awesome, man.
Yo, we're gonna
We'll
leave
keep in
out of
touch and
here with
everything.
one of your songs, man.
All right,
Just let it
sweet,
play
sweet.
out. You know what
So,
I mean? Much love to you,
Flow
bro.
thank you, man.
essay.
Take
It's been the
care.
best. It's been great,
Peace.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, it's R3Tro Tha Lyrical. Everybody goes through change. This is
Yeah,
true.
this is one of my jams too.
Let's go. This is a letter I wrote when I was down. No, not down, I mean down with a frown. Yeah, that's right. Just like
All
a
right, man.
sad face.
Peace out,
I
bro.
feel like I'm
Thank you.
in a
Appreciate that a
very
lot.
dark place.
Have a great one,
Don't
man.
let it lead me to a new path.